Okay, so today I'm going to be bringing back a format that I did about 6 months ago, and actually it's been exactly 6 months because I keep checking my old titles. Like I go to my activity on Twitch to see like how old a particular title was used. So when I did this, it was 6 months ago, and I have a rule that when I fail a challenge like this, I have to wait at least 6 months before I do it again. So that's the whole point. So the other one I was going to do is Roblox chess, but that one I did a few days after this, so I would have to wait probably after I failed this. So after I fail it again, I can do that. So that's not quite at 6 months yet, so I have to wait a few days, but this is me and my post chess streaming arc, but I'm still doing chess because whatever. I'll do other things though, like Duelist 2 I want to do, and some other random games, maybe some MMOs, but yeah, I'm going to start on ICC. So the point is I'm going through every single chess site, which there aren't many good ones or very active ones. Like even Chess24 is gone for what that's worth. So the point is that I think I did it on here too, but it's not saying that like, oh, this account already exists, but I guess because I probably deleted it, but I don't really remember. And the UI looks different. It says established 1995, reborn 2024. So I don't know what happened with it, but I played it in 2024 even. So I think that was before maybe it was reborn, or maybe, I don't know. But the point is that I'll play on here. I'll play, I guess, just only 10-minute games, something like that, a moderate format. And if I lose a single game, I have to delete the account, and then I'll move on to the next one. And the problem is, of course, I'm banished from chess.com because I failed the permanent challenge there a while ago, and then obviously the chess I just failed. So that's the whole reason why I have to do this, because I can't play on those. So now I'm going to treat every one of these very seriously. If you prefer a more relaxed experience, switch to casual play. Below or in your settings to hide rating, simply toggle the switch. Okay, so can I just do I wonder how active it's actually going to be is the problem. Get started with quick pairing, get matched with other players in just one click. Each pool, yeah, but how many minutes do I have to wait after that one simple click? Each pool feature, I kind of like the P set and the board and everything though. I played a game on here the other day, just not even logged in, but that one doesn't count. And in fact, I would have counted it, but it was a draw. Challenges. Is that for me, or is that just in general? How could they find me so quickly when I... That would be bizarre. Like, nobody knows who I am anyway. Each pool features the same time controls defined by two numbers, initial numbers. Yeah, we know how time controls work. I like the whole UI and everything of it, though. That must be what they mean by, oh, reborn. Like, they kind of redid it and made it look a little nicer. Customize your challenge with the preferred time control and color. Well, I don't want to do the color because then it feels like unfair. Right. Okay, we get it. Let's just do it. So we'll do a 10-minute game. Again, this is kind of pathetic, though. One, that I failed and I'm forced to play on some other site. But second of all, that I, that I'm even still doing this. Like, I thought, okay, I failed that, so now I'll just stop playing chess. But now, it's such a good filler category when I don't know what else to do, Because anything more substantial, I want to play, like, on a long session. Like, I'd want to do a couple hours to really get into it if it's something I've never played before, whereas chess, I feel like I can just do whatever I want. It's not really a players. This is going to be the whole everybody on the site. That's actually not a bad queue time. Like, who is playing on here and why? At least I have a good reason for doing it. As in, my reason for doing it, see, I can be the best player on this website and be king of the sandcastle effect. It's easy to be the best in an uncompetitive space. Like, oh, you're going to be when Alex Botez or somebody said, oh, I'm top 1% in the world, like, you might be, but it's not fair to say that, because among the players who have studied and done everything as much as you, right, focused on chess as much as you, obviously, that's the point, right, is that there's also 30,000 people better than you. So yes, you're top 1%, but that's just of people who actually play chess and take it seriously and study it and everything like that. So you can give it a check here. So I should be able to do King of the Sandcastle effect, where I'm the best on an uncompetitive shitty site, or at least inactive site. Look how it cuts off even there. I'm bug testing the site. Right, how it doesn't fit. So it goes actually over the line. But what was I saying? Just, it's a pretty quick queue time. So, like, yeah, what reason did they have for playing on here, right? My reason is that I failed the challenge on the other two major sites, so now I have no choice but to play it. Either this or my video game anthology, where I'm playing chess-inspired video games, And if I lose a game in those or die or however the criteria works, then I get to basically move on to the next one and stop playing it. So that I was doing on Steam or just in general, I could just go through a bunch of chess-based games, right? Ones that either are just a video game form of chess, like Chess Ultra or Chess exclamation mark, where you can just play, normal chess like that. But there's also some where you can basically, whatever, they're just kind of plays on chess, like that one that was kind of like Fire Emblem. I can't remember the names of any of them, but no, I'll try to take this seriously, and this is kind of fun because it's like I get to pick on and bully people who aren't very good, but the problem with that is I'm also not very good. Now, if I did this, they would take, and that wouldn't do me any good, so... And the act, even of taking that, doesn't matter. It's more like... I don't normally play like this, and that's the famous last words moment. But yeah, this all introduces a series. So we have the chess series of the Permadeath. What if I just do this, though, anyway? Because if they... No, it doesn't matter. Like, I'm assuming I'm going to win something, but I'm just not. My problem is I always expect it to be too easy, or at least I assume these will be players. Like, there'll be bots that just have clever player-type names that you won't even be able to tell the difference, but... Yeah, I gotta play on FIDE Online Arena, more like FIDE Offline Arena. So if you go here, it doesn't really matter. They'll take... Like, I could go here, and then if he takes... I take... Oh, why can't I just do that? If you take, I take. If you... Whatever's going to happen with that would be fine, too. So, yeah, I have the Permadeath video game anthology series, chess video game anthology series, where I go through all kind of chess-inspired games. Then I also have the ability to... Now, this is also pinned. You can cause a lot of problem there because it's going to be very difficult to cover it, if not impossible. Right? You have to take with the queen, but then by taking with the queen, you're already self-pinning. Bro is out of his depth, dude. Bro does not understand who he's playing against in the game. Like, you could double stack it, sure. Sure, you could double stack it, but the problem is that I could, like, triple attack it. Right? Like, you can't move it. And so your only choice is to double stack. I guess you could do this, but then I could still push it out. So if you take, I take the queen. If you double stack, I can do this. Then if you move it, I take, you take, I still take. If only the queen didn't have to be in front here, it would be someone... Wait, he's +2 though, but how? What? Wait, but this is an immediate accomplishment. Never mind the fact that he'll give a check with this stupid ass queen though. How am I down material though? Yeah, so we have that, we have this, we can go through all these other sites, which there aren't going to be too many, and they're not going to be very good or active, but I could be wasting away one that should be active. Yeah, I hate moments like that where it seems like, it seems like something good, but like you should have something good, but then it just doesn't happen. So if they take there, I take for free. That's true even if they put the rook there. The problem is that I'll go like this, then they'll go like this. Then I'll move... is this square that I really can't account for because you have to stop them from giving the check here. And I don't know how to do that. This always becomes so ruinous because the whole point is you go like this, then if you move that, he'll give a check and I'll take, and then whatever happens, but this should be a pretty clean double take because I'm taking the queen and then I'll also take the rook. So if I'm not mistaken, that should be probably even at least. +4, he'll be, I might be -1. Like, I don't get the math of this game. So now it's even when it feels like I should have been up because I probably missed something better. See, all my calculation is like deliberately lazy in short form, which is why you shouldn't play these faster formats. Not that 10 minutes is even all that. Oh, what are you going to do with 2 knights, though? That was the worst thing you could possibly do. What are you going to do with 2 knights? The trashiest piece in the game. If you win this, you absolutely deserve it, and I deserve to be banished from the site. But no, I'm going to be the highest. Now, see, that's already lost. Or it would be, but that's one of the rare circumstances where it's not. Like, well, never mind that, but you could actually go back and cover it, right? But normally, if it was anywhere else, like this, right, you would lose one or the other guaranteed. So let me do something simple. Like, we'll just move the king. There's no forking opportunity. But no, I mean, the rook should be able to dominate this, if I'm not mistaken. I just feel, or, you know, you could have even done something like that, pin it. There's so many things you can do to bully and threaten the knight. My problem is I underestimate these people. Like, I am better, of course, but, you know, there's a difference between being better and playing better. Like, you have to actively try. That happens even with really good players or even, like, athletes and stuff, like, where you play down to your competition. You feel like, oh, we're going to take the knight off tonight or something. So you're letting me take that, and maybe there was... No, you could have gone there. Like, really, if you win this is like a fun scenario challenge. Like, genuinely, this is like some anime protagonist moment. You're at such a major disadvantage because you have the 2 knights and you have to overcome the mighty rook, which is way better. And there's just nothing you can do. Right, it's such a troll kind of thing. They can't reach there. Like, it's so... Even though it's a +1, technically, although given the material, it really isn't. The only mechanic you have is a fork, and the only thing you're going to fork is like the actual king, which is simply way too far away to even be relevant. So yeah, I did play that one game not logged in the other day. So that wasn't really part of this, but I would have counted it, and I got a stalemate, luckily, when I was losing pretty badly, and I don't know how, you know, I was just getting overconfident or something. So let's try to promote, and it may be very difficult for him to deal with that. And the reason why is because the knight's just not a very good piece, and so it's going to take him a while to do something. But this is where you have to put a little more effort into calculation. Is he going to do like some crazy mating thing with this? Like, now I'll get a little bit too complacent, and it's like... There's no forking opportunity because that's simply too far away. And so I'm not seeing what his plan actually is. I don't see it. Right, you could sack 1 to try to fork the rook, which is simply too far for that to be effective. Or you could also... But you know what? This is the move that we've been looking for. But you can still cover it, though. How? You can still... I keep talking about how the knights don't have synergy between them, but somehow... In this case, they do. So now if you go the other... Or no, I guess you have to go there. It may be possible still for you to stop this, but I'm going to go for it anyway. Yeah, I don't feel very threatened by the knights. Like, oh, I'm going to get mated by the knights. The only way that could possibly happen is if... The only way that could possibly happen is if you decide to basically... Because of your own pawns and stuff. White resigned, so I gain 113, and of course that's because getting started analysis tab, because it's provisional and it's a new account. So this is going to be a fun challenge. I'd like to put my channel art as the icon, my little Diablo shush thing. It doesn't feel like home without that, because I always do that, and it's a cool little dynamic, assuming I can even do that. Let's see what some of the UI... I like what they've done with the UI on here, assuming it wasn't like that before, which I don't really remember, but you can play around with the pieces. I guess I'll show this. I just don't want it to show anything. Auto Queen, let's see here. Account. Upload avatar. Yeah, can I do this? Because I feel like... I don't know if I have it on hand right now in that exact form. Damn it. How do I find it now? I'd have to go to like my channel on any of my channels where it's just the Diablo shushing thing. Okay, so what you can do is you can take that, upload avatar. It should be relatively well spaced out for that. You know, what if it was something profane or whatever? Not that it is. Oh, he's doing the middle finger. Manage my subscription. I don't know what the subscription would even do. Let me see. Explore the benefits of premium. Yeah, let me do a review and expose of the site too. So explore the benefits of monthly. Whoops. Okay, make your first move with us, be part of the future of chess. I mean, I would almost hope it does become a big site because of how there's too much of a monopoly between the two, even though the chess is free and it has some good value to it. But still, you want to see more variety. For a game as ubiquitous and well-known and universal as chess, it's a real shame that there's only 2 real sites that people take seriously. So this is the pricing, $10 a month or $5.83 a month, which is hard to justify for a site that, you know, you wouldn't think is very active or anything. Compare plans, find the one that's right for you. It's less about what this site would do well and more about what the other sites would do badly, right? If they do something bad, that people feel ostracized from it or, you know, disenfranchised from it. 24/7 chess gameplay, chess analysis, game history, watch live games, which that I don't really understand because, like, do they have the rights to show everything the way that, like with the commentary, or they'll have their own commentary crew, or it'll just be the game on the board? Custom board and pieces, limited versus unlimited, so I'll buy premium for the custom sets, which on the chess, that was one of the greatest features I ever, you know, discovered, was the whole custom pieces that you can use through like stylish or stylus or whatever it's called. There were like hundreds of them, and that was such an awesome thing. Not so much that the site deserves credit, but it at least enables that and doesn't stop it. Like chess.com considers it cheating somehow that you could mess with the source code or whatever. Puzzles, limited, unlimited. I don't do puzzles anyway. Video content, I don't care. I am the video content. News and articles, I don't really care. Exclusive deals, I don't really care. So none of that would interest me. Maybe just the piece sets. I should do a permanent piece set gauntlet. Well, duh. That doesn't make sense because if I lose one game, it's over. Like every time I lose a game, I have to change the piece set, but there's nothing. You know what I mean? I can't do that anyway. I don't do puzzles ever. I hardly ever have. Shop, membership, news, videos. I guess I can't see some of those tabs though because they're gonna paywall it. So chess pieces, let's see what they have. Festive. So which ones of these would be blocked behind the thing? Maybe every time I win a game, I should change it, since clearly I'm gonna win every game anyway. So we won the first game, we'll switch to this one. And clearly if I lose, or yeah, we'll do the same with that. But these don't really match then, right? Festive versus frosted, whatever. So every time I win, I'll change them because every time I lose, the account gets deleted and I'm done with the site. So obviously, coordinates, sounds, pre-move, auto queen. Well, let's leave it off just in case because who knows? I very rarely have I had the pause to under promote full screen. In what way? Like, I guess I can just manually do that with F11. Let's see what the legacy sounds actually are. I wouldn't really know the difference. Daily challenge, time remaining. I don't care about all this. Let me show off one thing in the... Wait, there was a bigger... Oh yeah, profile. Okay, so this shows you the proof that I'm undefeated and I have to be... I can draw. Right, I can draw and stay alive. That's always the beauty in chess with the Permadeath challenge, is that the majority of games are going to be draws anyway, even at a low rating. So you stay alive. Like the Permadeath bot challenge, whether I lose or whether I draw, it's the same thing, right? Where I still am able to effectively, like, you know, you draw every game and it doesn't matter. It's not going to count as a failure state. The settings is going to be the same thing. Account is going to be... what did I want to show? There's something else I wanted to show. Chess piece. Okay, we'll just go with that and we'll turn it into a permanent piece set thing. But again, the opposite. Basically, it's almost like that leveling up thing that I had on the... And once we get to the end, because clearly I'm going to win that many, right? We got to redeem ourselves a little bit. If I win every single game here, it'll be like, wow, so impressive. But the level of play is still going to be lower. Like... I'm not going to say the level of play wasn't high there on Lit Chess with what I was doing, but like 1700 in rapid and classical and all this, but you know, there's a reason why I was there too. So you have to kind of put forth the effort, and I was getting too complacent with it. So there is a certain indictment against against me that you can't say, oh, I lost because they're better players. Now I'll win because they're worse players. Like, obviously that's true, but it doesn't matter, right? You have to live up to that and not get so cocky. No, I will praise the UI of it. The UI is pretty beautiful and clear, and I like the fact that, I guess open just means for anybody, right? It wouldn't have to just be for me. So we changed the piece set. This one is pretty nice. I kind of don't like the board a ton, but but no, it doesn't seem like any of the piece sets are locked off. So I don't know what it means by premium. Maybe some would just appear that you otherwise can't see, but it's got to tease you with them to make you want to do that. Or the problem is you sometimes end up playing the same people over and over. You end up playing guests.
Game started.
Oh, that's like the old voice. So I assume he's... Oh, wait, what? That's already immediately confusing because I'm white. How am I white with this? And he's black with what looks like white. That's one of the most confusing color schemes ever. We stop the bishop pin. The king looks a little silly, but the queen looks nice. In fact, most of it looks pretty good. You go here, and then you go here, or you go here. Just don't play too fast. I mean, I guess I was playing classical anyway, and I could blame that stupid-ass thing where I, Okay, dude, okay. He doesn't take it, but that was a mistake. I'm already just... It's always just like an effort thing. It's not like I don't know. What is this icon? Just to show, oh, he's using the internet to play. Like, yeah, no shit. What else? How else would he be playing? I don't know what that means otherwise. But no, the UI is pretty good. You know, the whole interface, the gameplay is smooth. Everything's fine, like what you would expect from a chess site. Not that that's a big accomplishment, but it doesn't seem actually like a bad site, or at least they've revamped it in some way. So, like, I'd have to figure out what are all the other chess sites that you can use, and the answer is best chess websites. And of course, we know the two that'll be on there. Yes, chess.com with chess. Chess24 is no longer playable, I don't think. Chess Tempo, I don't think was very active. Chess Base is more for that program. Yeah, most of these just don't really work, or there won't be anybody on there. You go all the way back, I guess is fine. And the reason why you go there, it's actually a pretty good move, because now you feel compelled to do this, which you also could take this. You could take this. And now it puts my bishop in a weird spot where you can just go like here, which is still okay. I mean, everything's still adequately covered. It's just an awkward pawn structure for sure that could come down to some crazy advanced endgame. So this guy's 1478, but he's a guest, so I don't get what that means. Like, he's getting rating as a guest account though still? Like, how does that make sense? Provisional rating, obviously mine is as well. Win, draw, loss, score resets 24 hours after last played match. Like against that same opponent, I guess. There's going to be some crazy sack play that could happen. And the reason why is because these people tend to play like that. If I take there, it's good for him. If I take, you take... I could... If I let him take, I could take... This might be better if I go like this. They would take, I would take, they would take, I would take. They could still come back there. But yeah, it's conveniently past my 6-month cooldown where I'm able to... you know, do this again right when I feel like I have to, because I don't have anything else going on with this. This seems okay. If they take, then they take. I guess I would just have to deal with it. I'll go here just because I can. Everything is still like too surface level. Like, I'm better than what this shows, or you can play better than what this shows, but it's just like either because of time or lack of effort, you kind of get away with a lot of stuff. You know, I'm beating somebody who doesn't even have an account, but yet is still accumulating rating somehow. You have the ability to go over here. Seems like a bad idea. You can kind of lock this dude in, or you could... I could try to do something with that, but I don't know. Like, get the queen there, but... Why don't I go like this, actually? But no, I could have gone there to try to go there, to try to go there, but then it's too obvious. There's too many ways to stop it, potentially. That doesn't bother me at all. Even from the perspective that this is attacked, but it doesn't matter. It's adequately covered, even if you do that too. Right, it's still adequately covered. Everything's fine. So the check was not very impactful at all. There's some kind of sack play I'm sure that could happen here. If you just double take, you lose the bishop, but you get the queen right in there, and then you might have some mating options, but I wouldn't know. I never trust those 2 to 3 to 4, 5 move sequences, because it's like, yes, it might work, but then they'll do one thing that you didn't expect, and then it's like, how am I supposed to, how am I supposed to believe in that? You have to be absolutely sure, but then there'll be something that you miss. So that's the biggest thing, is you can't be too... You always have to just look above and beyond, right? Don't be too easily satisfied, which I definitely am. Yeah, see, like, I'm even saying it, but I don't care. Like, what is it that you can do, though, still? I don't get it. Because you have this. You have this double attack. So, on a simple level, you could just do, like... I don't even know, man. The issue is that you're going to take this. Pretty much guaranteed. So let's just ignore it and do this instead. And this is a very high stakes set of games because everything is... See, he could probably just get away with ignoring it and it wouldn't matter because you can just... You take the pawn, I can't do anything about it, and then it doesn't immediately set up for anything crazy, but it might allow you to... At least you kind of close off the bishop there, and so now... See, he did that without really thinking. Even I'm saying the same thing. That like, oh, I could... it fits so perfectly within a little avatar framing there, right? Because you can just barely make it out, but you can get the idea that he's trying to shush you, especially from my namesake. So now, could I move this there? And why couldn't I do that before? I guess because this didn't have cover. So now you could do this, and the reason why is because now if you take, I take. You take, I still take. I don't need the knight there at all. So this is not a problem. So now the idea is that you're going to try to double stack maybe onto there. So he's very clueless with what he's doing. He has no idea what he's doing. I don't want to self-pin here necessarily. But what I want to do is I want to... If I go like this, now you could take, and then if I take, then you take. You could almost do this, though, as cute as that is. So then if you take... I don't know why I'm kind of enamored with this, because everybody's putting so much pressure on that pawn. It seems like a little too, too convenient, but... like just too pretty, but it's not really good, probably, because now you could sack again. But see, I don't trust these people to do it. There's no doubt that you can send something he could have done that was better, but you have that, so it's perfectly fine. It's no big deal, really. You don't have to worry about it. Just come like this, and the reason why is because there shouldn't be anything else that you can do. And the reason why is because... Whatever, like it's covered. I don't see anything else you can do. You could give another check on the light square maybe somewhere, but I don't see it. Didn't he have something that he could have gone like there a couple moves before? No, I guess it was never in that lane. Never mind. You have this here again. I can just keep slow pacing it with the pawns. I'm not worried about it at all. You take, I take, same thing. Right, so this bishop is certainly earning its keep, but it feels like there's something sneaky you might be able to do with it that could open something up. Yeah, I'm +2 because he sacked a piece, and so that was to get this offensive position, but I'm also a defensive master. See, this could be satisfying if I actually do well, but and go on a really long win streak. That's the point of it, but I'm just too much of a clown to actually do that. So now we have the ability to... What does that move actually do? I could not explain that to you at all. I can go here, and the reason why is I'm threatening mate, but also you can't block in a conventional way. And the reason why you can't block is because of the simple fact that the pawn could take if I did do that. They might have tried to do that for the check potential there, which is fine. The check here, which would just be a trade, which, oh, it would give them a passed pawn, but I don't even have to do it, or... You know, in this position or in general, I always like to trade the queen, so it's favorable to me anyway. So he has to cover this basically with this, or he could push it as well. Now that opens up another option here. And the reason why is because you get to... If I can get the queen there now, that would be very strong. But no, this bishop is doing something very interesting, and I could do something sneaky maybe with this now. That if I move the bishop somewhere... Then I could also attack the rook that is uncovered. And so what you can do, I could have taken that and given a check, so that was actually a horrible idea. Right, now they'll address it. So how long was that like that? Where can I possibly go that would be good? That was a mistake. This one is not really in a very hot spot. So I could try to move the knight, but I'm trying not to, actually. It's going to be like just a lot of back and forth. I'm not really seeing a clear path that I can take here. Right, he tried to gambit for initiative, sacrifice for initiative, but he just didn't get it. There wasn't enough to do with it there. I like the whole reflection element of that too, like the light's always hitting it in the same spot. Almost as much glare as on my square up thing that I was doing. That, again, the purpose of that was to... The purpose of that was to basically... was to do it in such a way that I was playing on chess using that. I wonder if it has ICC integration and other stuff, but it actually doesn't, which I can't blame it for. Like, those are the two main sites, so I can still use that thing. It's like an electronic chessboard that you can move on the board to move online, but the difference is that you would do it in such a way that... You would do it in such a way that... This is one of those lame brain trading moments where I just do it for the sake of it. But I just offer up a trade. These moves are typically my worst, or at least they're pretty bad, and there's always something better. You're just kind of offering something up in a way that's not very clever. So now you can do it like... They're double attacking. This thing doesn't have to be there at all, though, so... And even the knight could potentially do it if you take with that first. It's just too much of a waste of time, and then it ends up being... So you would take, I would take, you would take, I would still take. So it really doesn't matter, but my queen is still not covered, so I could just do it in such a way that... I don't know. Look at the time, though. This is the problem. Even though he's not that good, even though I should win, it's just too much. And the problem is that dark square bishop itself that could pose a problem. Right, there's no reason to make a triple stack in a situation like this, but that would have been the same potential thing they could take. And then if I take... So at least the point is now I could take that. But he won't let me because he's a clown, dude. Come on. Wait a second. Oh, obviously I can't take it because of the king. He's gonna still turn down the trade. This is what pisses me off. Like people who just refuse to trade. If you do it here, he would take, I would take. Like, let's just do it to make something happen, I guess. If you take, I take. If you take, I still take. Like, it's okay. It's not gonna be great.
Check.
But okay, dude. Okay. What is the point of this? You're still not gonna do it. I love it. I mean, this is the sort of obnoxious quality that chess takes on, where you have, now if you don't do it, then I can take and check and take that. That you can just kind of be peevish and waste time and go back and forth and give random checks, cheeky checks, and all this kind of stuff. And so the reason why, wait, that doesn't do anything. That doesn't change anything. What do you mean? What? Like, oh no, you could bring your bishop there, but you're in a terrible spot now regardless, so it doesn't even matter. Bro is just obnoxious player, man. I'm gonna flag. You can just tell, like, this is what I mean. This is why I don't like chess. Just play 6-hour games, play correspondence, like, just fuck it, dude. Because you're trying to make it into something it's not with these faster time formats. And it's just so stupid. Anybody can just kind of go back and forth and do all this nonsense. You have to do something very decisive and above and beyond, which nobody ever does and nobody knows how to do. And the reason why is because, especially in the faster time formats, you don't have enough time to think about that, or you have to already know what you're doing. So, the minute 44, I mean, he's getting low on time too, and his position isn't very good, but it's just dumb. This would be worth it as a sack, because I'll do it, but then he does it, but then I need another cover on there. So I need like the queen in there as well, I guess, or I should just do something like this now. They can't take, so I can double take, triple take, check and take the queen. That seems like a reasonable spot to take. So they can't even take at all. So I would take, check and take, obviously with the rook. They might move the king, but that's kind of a forcing move where you get to just do it anyway. And so now you can't even take back, otherwise you lose the queen. This doesn't change anything either, I don't think. Yeah, I mean, he's sort of just making desperation moves at this point. If you take, I check. If you don't take, I can check. I can go here. If you bring it there, I can still do whatever I want. The double stack is very impressive, and the reason why is because... Okay, bro.
Check.
Actually, a pretty well played game by him, though. He kind of annoyed me. Rematch rejected. I didn't even mean to reject it, but as far as rated games, I don't want to play the same person over and over because I get to... I was trying to look for the analysis. Wait, how do you do it again? Enable engine... Menu, analysis. What? Well, what is the analysis? Like, give me a... Or what did it do the last game? I don't even know. Does it show you, like, your individual history of games? Like, show me each one. Okay. What was the accuracy? What was the... It's not letting me look at it quite like that. Right, so the analysis maybe isn't as robust or ostentatious as it should be. That it's just showing me those two. Yeah, I don't know how good those games really were. I'm already 1500. Let's go ahead, switch my aesthetic, switch the pieces to Argyle, and then this one is going to be Evergreen. And we'll go ahead, we'll play another one. So yeah, we're just trying to introduce the format, but I'm not too happy with how I played in some of these recent... Oh, here we go. Now we get another guess game.
Game started.
Or yeah, he keeps tricking me with what's white and what's black. Or is it going to be the same guy? He can't be. But see, I'm just going to be farming guess all the time, which is fine, but I mean... There's got to be some at least decent players on here. Like the queue times have actually been pretty good. In fact, in some ways, they're even better than like the chats. But can I even use a chat on here? Resign, flipboard, offer, draw. Maybe that's one feature they don't have, or you have to be a premium account to do it. Oh, what is this, dude? That looks sick, actually. The night is awesome. I had like a Christmas theme set on the chest that was like that too. It was all the Christmas stuff. I can't remember exactly what it was now, but now you have the ability to do the knight and the bishop there for the whatever, the V-shaped thing that I go for. This is always an awkward thing because I can't do anything with it. Like, if they raise, I raise again. Like, I don't know exactly how to play that. Sometimes you're just meant to ignore it. So if you raise, I raise. If you don't raise, 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 or raise, raise is kind of my whole mindset behind that. And so we'll go here. And then we'll go here and here. I like the whole look and sound of everything. Okay, as usual, the knight messes everything up. But I certainly can't take. If they take, I take, that's perfectly fine. Right, and this could maybe sit here almost like the... No, I don't know. This at least forces their hand. Like, if they don't take, then I can double take. But you don't want to open that, so I already messed up. We could try to trade the Darkstar Bishop itself. I mean, look, dude. You're already playing like a totally overly aggressive kind of clown. That if I raise this, I might be better off almost doing that because I don't understand. If I let them take, I take, and then this is wide open, even though it's sort of stacked in such a way that it might not be that bad. So either I let them take or I keep going. I think I'd be better off if I just kept going, right? Because that's still less dangerous than opening the H file, which is one of the death traps of anything, right? Where you're able to basically have this clearly very talented offensive player, offensive genius, random guest on ICC. Like, fucking the way that these people play just triggers me. But then again, I really am the one who enables them in that way. Like, I don't see what it is that you're doing, but you're just going to push with reckless abandon, which should leave something exposed, but I'm just not the person to do it, I guess, to take advantage of it because I'm a clown. Right, so if you get to here, that could be very good with respect to double attacking that. You queenside castle. I mean, this is just disgusting how he's playing. But this is good, and it also allows me to take this. So you go here, you push a pawn. So I'm covered by the actual thing here, the knight. So that at least clears up this side quite a bit. And the reason why is because you can't do anything with that. This is covered.
Check.
You take there, and that's cute. It really is very cute, but it doesn't matter because only if I took with the knight would that have been relevant. And so now we have a bishop pair in the weirdest spot possible at the edge of the board in a way that just doesn't even make any sense. You can raise this. I mean, my king is certainly exposed, but it was kind of worth it for that sequence, I guess. You have this not covered. And so I'll let him take, I take. I don't know. My queen can't really get incorporated in here too well. I could actually attack the queen itself. But I don't know what the... Then he would just attack it and it wouldn't really matter. Let me just get out of there a little bit. And you sometimes have to know when to really punish them for what they're doing. Like, my position isn't that bad still. But something bad could happen because you get to have this H file still. If you can bring the rook, I'm still in trouble. I almost want to bring it here and then hide behind it a little bit. Right, the H file always spells devastation. And of course, the main mistake I made was the simple fact that I was trying to do that little pawn push thing, but it's because of the knight. The knight was the issue. So now if you go, I move the knight, then you go here, then I go here, or if you go here, then I go here, it would have been fine. But the reason why it wasn't is because you have to address the knight being threatened. So as usual, you know, it sabotages everything, messes everything up. And so now I could take, but I don't really want to take. I could do this. They would take. They would come here. I would have to do something else. You give a check, but it wouldn't have been a big deal if you did give a check. The biggest thing is that the rook comes out to play. And the way that that happens is very dangerous to the point where I don't know what exactly to do about it. Because the problem is you're just not going to be able to cover it. That's the thing. It'll be double attacked and you just can't cover it. So the rook goes there, right, to the H file. You give a check, I go back. So if I bring it in front, it doesn't help either. I don't know. I just don't get it. If he attacks that, I can take it back. If he gives a check, I can just move. Okay, I'm fine with that. I mean, the less material we have to worry about is fine. And okay, dude, okay. All right.
Check.
All right. I mean, I love people who play like this. Like I'm very. It's incredible. Like, who is the... I guess you feel like you can get away with it because people are so bad, but it's just so dumb. Like, you can't really get away with doing it. And the way that you really punish it isn't by playing better defensively, because I tend to, you know, be very defensive minded. The way you actually do it is by punishing them, right? Attacking them in some way. Because by pushing their pawn so aggressively, they're leaving you exposed, or they're leaving themselves exposed. Let me see, how do I delete my account on here? Delete ICC account. I don't know how. ICC Chess Club. This is like a old one though, isn't it? Moving to the new ICC account management. ICC Chess Club. I don't know how you actually do it. Maybe it won't let you, like it would have to just be in profile, or some of these sites make you like email us to, so that's a deflating way for that to end. I mean, I'm kind of just stunned because it's something so obvious and simple, but that I've seen a million times and dealt with a million times, but there's nothing I can say. Like, I just can't get triggered by that. Like, the way these people play is utterly ridiculous. And you just have to be able to punish them. So I guess I really can't delete it, but I guess I'll just say that I won't use it. So we'll see what other sites there are, and frankly, there probably aren't going to be that many of them. Like, I really wanted that one to last, and I just don't get it. So don't let the knight fuck you up when you're trying to defend against the kingside pawn push, which, again, is a bit of a clown thing to do. Both that and queenside castling are both clown things to do. So let me try to maybe find another site, even if I don't use it much. Best chess websites. So it's going to be chess.com. I mean, we're just going by the Google suggestions. I don't know what... There's got to be some other ones. Right, some other active ones. ICC was okay. Play Chess by Chess Base. FIDE Online Arena is pretty bad. I think I tried some of these as part of that gauntlet before, and I couldn't even do it because there was just nobody on there. So that seemed like it might have been one of the better ones as far as active community base, which maybe says more about how bad that actually is. Cannot log in, is free, gives you many web services. I definitely remember playing on this, but yeah, we should totally do that actually. Is there like a cheap chess-based program? Because I just want to see what it's basically like. Chess-based program. Right, they should give you like a demo, because I've never used it and I want to see what it's like. Chess-based, like, let me look at some of these. Oh yeah, chess-based reader. The chess-based reader displays all installed, but that's not really the same thing, I guess. Try out play chess without charge, free obligation. It should give you like a really old one for free, or I'll buy like a cheap one. Chess-based magazine extra, 223. Mega database. Like, this is what players actually use, right? The actual grandmasters and stuff. Chess base program. Like, I just want to see some older one. Program only, $189. And fucking look at that, dude. True end of 2026. Postal delivery. There'd be like a physical, including chest-based premium account, right? That nobody uses this site anyway. 2022 Windows 10 or higher. I mean, I don't deny that it must be a good program, but it's just like, give me like a really old shitty one just so I can see what it was like, you know? Yeah, give me like the oldest one. Filter by price. Some of these are just like books and stuff. Or these are like databases filled with games in them. Which, to be fair, you shouldn't have to play those. You could just input it yourself then, just manually. Queen's Gambit, accept it. Like, you really have to pay for this? It'll contain all the games using that. Good material on the bird opening is rare. I mean, just to realize, like, oh yeah, chess is a game of innate genius. You just have to be really smart. Also, look at this shit. This is what people do. Like, it demystifies it a little bit, right? Like, the whole expression of, you know, you don't see what it takes to get there. You'll see like, oh, look how good somebody is at something. But then when you look at all this, it's like, I'm not denying that, right? That's impressive still to do, but you know what I mean? It makes it seem a little silly. Like, well, yeah, of course, if you spend this much time and money and effort and everything and obsess over that much, you should probably be pretty good. King's Indian. These are all just like add-ons to it, I guess. Like, where is the actual chess base program? Just, okay, chess base 18. So where's chess base 11? Where's chess base 1? Right, that's what I want, just to kind of see what it's like. They really should have a cheap one, because I don't care. It's not like my expectation is too high. I literally bought that square off digital chessboard for as much as you'd have to spend on this program. There should be like some free shareware type thing like that. Chessbase 15 is still 119. Best resource efficient way to buy Chessbase software. Chessbase is worth the money. Base software without the Megabase. Chessbase reader. Okay, bro. Let me just try to log into here and see what I can do. But no, one day I should do that, where I just look at that program and see what it's all about. Which I'd probably be extremely bored with it, because I won't even do puzzles, but yet I would spend $200 on that. So now this one apparently I already have an account, which is odd because, oh, can I put the picture on here too? It says 1 game played, but that must have been like 6 months ago. Some of these sites don't really let you delete the thing. So upload, okay, that's fine. Save. Select your country. I don't believe in countries. Countries are just lines on a map. So we'll play this until I lose. Once again, you have the ability to players 2534 peak games today. Wait, is it really that active? Wait, what? Players right now or players in general? Peak. This must be all today. Okay, select time and play. All I want is these sites to be active. 2,500 players online is really not bad. So let me just queue up for a 10-minute game. Inviting opponent 67 receivers. Why only 67? Maybe based on rating or something? Now it's saying I'm in Germany. What is this? Or yeah, I think this is how the program actually looks too, with those arrows and stuff. Country equals Germany. What are you talking about? Okay, can I please just go on a good streak, because this is kind of annoying me. Don't use Chessbase while playing on Chessbase, meaning don't use the program to actually cheat. Right, like, oh, buy it, but don't use it. They'll advertise, you know. You go here. It's just too easy to cheat in a game like chess that people are always going to suspect it, especially when you play online. Not that I would know or that I ever would do it. It's just like, you know, we kind of get the point. The same people accusing Hans Niemann of chess of cheating over the board with anal beads or whatever, and just, you know, like, he totally did that, and there's no proof, no physical evidence, no, you know, anything to indicate it. They would be convinced of that. But the same people are going to say, oh, Kramnik's crazy, nobody could be cheating online. That never happens. Like, don't you see the dichotomy? That's stupid, because, you know, if it's so easy to do it even over the board in a highly vetted event where they can x-ray scan you and search you and all of this stuff, that you can do it there, but you can't do it anywhere else. Like, in terms of they would take, I would take, they would take, I would take, they would take, I would still take. You know, in terms of the... But no, this seems actually pretty active. Why does everything actually seem so active? Right, ICC seemed pretty good. Now I'll have to wait another 6 months before I play it. Now you see how frustrating it is to be a permanent player because all of this kind of clown show shit where I just play like garbage and I throw everything. I was really excited to play on there too. I kind of was enjoying it. Maybe because the competition is just so low, but you have the ability to... If I get there with the queen, that could be good. I can't do anything with this, and this one I don't really like. And the reason why is because... I don't know what this is. Like, oh no, you could pin it, but it doesn't matter because you're not attacking it in the first place, so... Now I'm pinning sort of the knight, but I mean the bishop to a mate, but it doesn't matter because you're not gonna... Oh. I just gave it up for free, okay. I mean, again, it wouldn't have mattered, but I'm a bit of a clown, so it's okay. That's fine. I mean, look, dude, if you don't care, you're not gonna play well. And I don't know why my rating's even this high, because it's like... It's the case where, well, let's just go buck wild then. I'm obviously just not even trying. I do this once in 6 months, and this is the level of effort that you get from me. Like, what the fuck? It's not even for some purposeful offensive gambit. It's just trash. Or you can call an arbiter, like, for what? In case it bugs out. Applaud, offer, draw. Server, okay. Select a receiver in the chat, play against somebody. Makes it seem like I really have something going, but yeah, I don't know why it defaulted to Japan here. You can change the pieces and stuff, which I should do maybe if I... Oh, it'll just auto do it. I should do it if I win a game. Oh, wait, what? I didn't see that last one last time. 756, so they're still making their move. Come on. I'm 16-20, which means I maybe won a game last time and then I lost, but I cannot afford to lose here at any cost. Even if I draw, it would be okay. So again, you're going to have the situation. You could easily just raise a pawn like that, right? And it wouldn't even matter because now you are in a... But you're kind of trapped with that, I suppose, too. Which I wasn't really even thinking of that. I was just thinking, oh, I'm going to mate you. But I wasn't thinking that I was going to give up the stupid-ass knight to do it. You know, I'm like even mocking that, oh no, I'm pinned, but I don't have to worry about it. But I have to still cover it, which I didn't have to work very hard to do, but it's okay. You can do... if I take... I don't know what this is, bro. Now you'd be pinning the thing. You'd be pinning, and the reason why is because you'd also be attacking the particular... You'd be attacking the... If you move the knight, I take the queen. If you don't, I'm also taking threatening this. So what could you do? If you go here, I can take that. If you go here, I can take that. If you go here, like, no matter what you do, there should be a good outcome for me here where I win back the piece that I gave up for nothing. Right? It makes it seem like, oh, it's all part of your master plan when things go well after you make a mistake, but it really isn't. And what is that exclamation mark? Is that to show like it's a mistake or... Right, like it's actually telling me as I'm going whether a move is good or not? That's kind of cheating. Rook e8. It really shouldn't do that if that's what that means. Otherwise, I don't know what the hell it does mean. You're double attacking if you do this. Again, I can take the rook. You can come back here. It doesn't really work. You go here. You give a check. I take. But I mean, that's basically you giving it up for free anyway. And not only does this accomplish the goal of taking that, but it also does something else that you're pinning into the rook. If you do here, I can also double take. So that was a good recovery play against a mighty 1500 player from Germany, or I guess it just defaults everybody's from Germany. I don't know why, because I thought it just said no country when I was on my profile page. Wait, didn't I just put up my icon too? And now you can't even see it. So what's the point? You'd have to like go to my profile, I guess, to see it. That was a disastrous start on chess ICC, which is sad, but this might be a good game here. We'll end off with this one. He has got 5 minutes left. Oh my god. I don't know why I just can't. I don't know. When people play aggressively like that, I get kind of tilted, but it's just the arrogance to do it, right? Like, it's the wrong philosophy to me when you don't know what you're doing, but you go for it anyway. Ooh. Or why did I do it like that? Where the first letter, okay, he resigned. Now do we get to analyze it using your actual chess-based software? Because started to analyze the game. Right, is this going to be a reflection of what happens with the thing? I kind of want to change that shit from Germany, but how do you actually use this thing? Engine. Well, duh, I want to use the engine. Like, what's the point? Tell me whether these are good or bad, or what are you doing? Okay, so most of this was equal, minimally better. Black is minimally better, but why is that all highlighted in red? It's only at this point white is clearly winning, that I'm losing, and then at what point? I can't even see the rest of it. Maybe he's still winning. What? So he's winning all the way to the end, even if you play it out here, I guess, is what you're saying. White has a clear advantage. White has a decisive advantage. So even if he blundered that, I'm not seeing what it's saying there. This analysis sucks. I'll never buy chess base. Whatever. Okay, that's at least a good way to end off. I'm very disappointed that I died in that stupid ICC, which was a pretty good site. Okay, see you later. Okay, so today I'm going to continue my Permadeath chess Gauntlet that I started yesterday, and basically there I played on ICC, and I won like a couple games, or maybe just one game. I had drawn one game when I wasn't even logged in, but I still counted that. Then I won one game, I guess, and then I lost one, so I had to delete that one. Or even when I say delete, maybe I'm not deleting it, but I'm basically, I can't use it again. Some of them don't let you delete it, or they make you email them to ask them to delete it, or something stupid like that, but whatever. We're playing on all the sites that are not the main two, chess.com and LitChess. We're avoiding those two because I've already failed on those in the bigger picture. So now I'm going to go through every single one that is not every single one that's not super well known like that. So I won one game here. It says no recent games, but I mean, I just played it literally like yesterday. So I'll go ahead and I will do 10-minute games. If I lose a single game, obviously I delete the account. I move on to the next one. And even though it seems like a bad thing to play on Chess Kid, how do I do this? Oh, you gotta go here. I like the whole UI and stuff, and of course what they're sort of advertising is, I assume, the chess base itself. It's a program that people study with, and I'm not really interested in using that, but it's like pretty expensive too. But let's just try to go undefeated and become the best player on this site, and I really got to take it seriously, because again, if I play my absolute best, it is pretty fucking hard to beat me, to the point where it can really annoy people actually, and I like that. Doesn't mean I'll even win, but if I get a draw, this is the ultimate cheat code in chess too. If you get a draw in a gauntlet like this, what happens? I still survive and I get to play again. So in other words, winning and drawing are both survival conditions, because why? Because only if I lose. So I can draw every game and it'll be fine. Technically, right? Not that I shouldn't try to win, but like on the Permadeath bot Gauntlet was the same thing. I play every bot on chess.com until I lose a game, but that means that if I draw, I can still, either I should have to try again with the same bot until I until I beat it, right? If I draw it, but I still survive, or I just can move on to the next one. And I hadn't really decided because I don't think I really got a draw, but this is a little odd because that doesn't quite make sense. You go here and then you go. So you 1755, which on here I don't know how much that really means, and it doesn't seem like I gained rating for the last one either. So I'm very confused as to how this works. And it kept showing my German flag, so I don't, yeah, for me. So that's why I changed it to like the U.S. now, but or that still won't work now. They'll take, I'll take, they'll take, I'll take, they'll still take. What the fuck? Yeah, I'm gonna fixate too much on this one square, but it's like, why is this so hard for me to deal with? Just to be able to trade adequately in here. So I don't know if this is a rated game or how this works, but I'm not too happy about it because that's a case where I, you know, here you could do something sneaky, potentially. No, but if he takes, then I take. But the problem is that this would have to be gone first. Right, so there could be something there, but I'm not clever enough to figure it out. This is still an okay square, though, to protect, take. You know, you have enough cover there no matter what. You could raise this now, but it might be a waste. But no, this is me sort of tunnel visioning on the square a little bit too much. Not saying you can't have squares that you want to focus on in priorities, but arbiter, applaud, ping, pieces I should maybe change. In fact, I'll even do that. So I won the first game, so now we change to the second set. And then if I win, you know, as we win, because it's not like, oh, every time I lose, I have to change the set like I do on the chess, because I can't lose. If I lose, it's already over. So every time I win, I'll change the set. So basically just every next game, or even if I draw, I guess I'll still do it. Let's see here. You have this, so that forces you to trade in a way. No. Let me think. You have the ability to, you raise this. I don't know what I'm trying to do even. So they have a bishop pair. I kind of could have a bishop pair potentially to, you almost would want to move it back and then back there. Which I, for some reason, can't make an arrow there. I can only make it related to a piece, but not a legal move. I can go, you know, weird ways like this. But for some reason, I can't do it on squares that don't have a piece. So you can move the knight here, but you can't move at nothing. So you go here, take. And this is a little bit annoying because I would have to move the thing. And so we'll move it here for now. Now that could be potentially bad if you double attack, but it won't matter because I can just move it right now. And then we can set up to have the bishop really go there. Yeah, this is like my post-Le Chess series of chess. Obviously, I'll go through the sites, and I also want to play on the like Roblox chess and other things as part of this. And so you're basically able to that's fine too. Like everything is kind of drawish about this position as usual. Time-wise, we're fine. So my main curiosity is why I didn't gain rating seemingly in the last game, because you, so if they take it here, I can take back with the knight. I'm just trying to set up a basic bishop pair. I like the sound when you move. I like the whole, you know, general visuals of it. The way ICC was playing was actually pretty good. And this seems actually kind of active because they keep saying there's like 1,900 people in the lobby right now, or like over 1,000 people. How can it be that many? So now you have the ability to maybe try to open this side up a little bit, but I, of course, would have to move the king. Like, whatever deeper implication of the position there is, right, there might be some valid I should definitely move this, though, anyway, but the valid consideration is the fact that it both covers this, and it also takes care of the fact that you don't need the knight cover anymore. So I can raise this, and no matter what they do, either I'll double take or, you know, something should happen to open the rook here. The one thing I'm sometimes nervous about is I don't want their rook to open. Oh, you can't do it on your opponent's pieces either. No, that won't work. Because they would take, I would take, they have way too much cover on there. So here's what I'll do. I'll raise it 1 just to try to compel the trade. How about that? Now, there's no move that they can make here that would really, you know, be like a threat that prevents me from simply trading the queen. So that's perfectly fine. This guy's apparently 1700, so he might be good. I swear I was 1620 before, though, so maybe these games aren't counting for rating, which doesn't make sense. Like, why not? Unless I drew that game too, which I have no idea. So now that was a pointless move. I can just do it again. So now they would take, I would take, they would take, I would still take. So that didn't really change anything seemingly. This is covered, this is covered, this is covered, everything's covered. Now if they take, it opens up this. If they don't take, I could potentially at least leave this a little exposed, like, you know, it would lose the cover pawn at least, and then if you try to cover here, you're already under check. So yeah, I wonder how much this is inflated compared to the other sides, because is a 1700 really as good as they would be on the chess, or especially on chess.com? Like, I highly doubt it. Not that I'm that either, but, or it shows the date like sort of backwards too. It's like that would be March 2nd, like in the US, how we do it at least. It might actually be prudent to, no, I mean, I have to do it, obviously, because I can't give up the rook for that. I was thinking like it would be a good opportunity to move the rook, because now you get to set up for a double stack with this already on there, so that could be a little trickier for them to deal with. So whether they take or not, I don't care. We both have the bishop pair, so it's interesting to consider what that could mean. They could go maybe here, and they're threatening there, but they're not all the way. So yeah, this just shows you, like, even when I fail a major chess challenge, I decide to still wait it out, like, or I can't wait to play chess again. I find an excuse. This is a format that I did exactly 6 months ago, where I say that when I fail it, I have to wait at least 6 months. And from Germany, why is it saying that? You know, it's convenient that I happen to fail right around that time. Otherwise, I wouldn't have had really a good option to go to. So yeah, we're waiting a couple more days before Roblox becomes available, because it hasn't quite been 6 months since I did that. I'm going like by my Twitch title log, because it'll show you that, like. So now this is, I would take, they would take, I would take. So if we do this, what happens is they can't move it, and we're triple attacking it from the perspective that I would take, they would take, I would take, they can't take, and so now they have to reinforce it, which they can easily do, but it might cause some minor complications for them. And as we're doing that, we can also maybe set up for the triple stack. Maybe I should have moved it a little better, like, so that I could have left this open too. So I could take with the pawn, and then, like, oh, it becomes a passed pawn. If I take with the bishop, I'm not really too happy with it. So if I take with the pawn, it's just free. Or, I mean, even if I take with the bishop, it's free. But let me think about it. So I would take with that, and then it's almost one of those moments where you could pull the rug out and be like, but no, either way you should take. So they would take, I would take, I would take, they would take, I would take. Like, I don't know. We could kind of press that advantage even all the more. And the reason why is I could go here. So now you're attacking the queen and that. So now you should win that even more comfortably without needing to mess up the pawn at all. And so now I would take with the bishop, they take back, but then I take with the rook, or I take with the pawn. It's a passed pawn, but I don't really trust these kind of passed pawns. Like, a better player might be able to promote it, but it'll be very awkward. Like, you'd probably go here and then try to connect it. So now I can do it very comfortably. Or what if we really be a dick about this and we say, okay, I'll go here. And then just got to consider the full implications of what you're doing then. Like, they can still move, right? It doesn't stop them from escaping. They're not trapped, but it just makes it very, very annoying for them. If you were to get rid of this, you would have sort of the pin down idea here. But let me think again now. Maybe I messed up. What could have been a free pawn? I take with the bishop, they take. I take with the rook, and they simply can't even take, right? They take, I take, they take, I take, they can't take. So it's pretty simple that you could just do this. Right, because they would take, I would take, and everything is fine. So I'm up by only a pawn at that stage. They got rid of a pretty good diagonal for them. And in fact, they can even take this, which is the problem that I have with moments like this where it seems like that was in my favor, but somehow it's not, which is kind of irritating to me. Like it's really kind of hard to even believe, but it's still even material, but that's just ridiculous. So you gotta watch that diagonal. Everything is still technically fine here. It's a case where I see now I get annoyed and I'll do something bad because I'm trying to trade so madly. But just because I get kind of annoyed, like that should have been a moment that broke the game open, but in those moments I may be too lazy. And I did think about it pretty deeply, but somehow I sometimes wait too long, or I'm worried about the past pawn dynamic or something like that. I could go here, or no, I can't. That allows you to go here, of course. So the only thing I have to do with that is I have to move the dark square bishop itself. And I could move it here, but then they could take for free. Right, and then I have to pull it up. So the only thing you have to do is move this somewhere, and I don't know where to move it. So if they go down there, I take. If they go here, I take. If they go there, I take. It's still a scary spot to be in, and in fact, I guess the queen going back there wouldn't matter much. But there are some potential threats here for sure. If they double stack it, for example, I could be in a lot of trouble because... But no, the fact that the bishop is at least covering there, but they could kind of... Let me see, I'll go here, but I can't really do anything. I go here, I can go here. They can't take. They could go here, or like, what does that really change? I'd be more than happy to trade, so I don't really understand. Or they're threatening onto here, I guess. I could move this rook in, actually. It would be... No, but I can't. So the only logical thing is, okay, just move back the queen. And the reason why you can do that is because it'll still adequately cover everything. Right. You can't take... So this is their best attempt at an attack, which is pretty basic level, but I don't see... I could try to go there, but I don't know if now is really the time to do it. This is why I just tried to trade, because it would be so much simpler. Whatever could go wrong now should still be pretty obvious. My time is okay, my position is still okay. This seems like a strong move, but it doesn't feel like the right time to do it. So now how does that change anything? Because I wouldn't really want to do this, right? In fact, this is the whole point of my... This square is still pretty strongly covered. It's really this other... Damn it. It's this other piece that's the problem. So you'll go here, I'll take... And by doing that... But I could take with that, but even by doing that, I can't because... Like... I would take, you would take, I would take, but then you could still do it. What is this? What is this? Like, you could check, like, if I just move it in, that might solve the problem. I go here, and then if you come down, I don't have to take. And then I can even cover with the queen. So like with that, you go down, I don't take, let you take, I take, you come down, I take. Right, that always should buy you some time. the whole bishop being here isn't actually as useful as I thought it would be, because I don't know, he's certainly putting on a good attack attempt, but I would almost be willing to do that. I don't see really what the great difference would be for me. It would still be kind of the same thing that I was already saying before. Right now, you have more cover onto there. The point is, I should have a bunch of freedom to move these back now. So if he comes down, I'll just cover it again. I don't really care about the pawn at this point or anything. Just do whatever you want. Like, these attacks always annoy me, because it's like you're not really doing anything, but I give them too much of a chance. Like, when is black ever this this free to attack? I didn't even try to attack the whole game. So I could come back here if they go down. Then they take, I take, also covered there. You could take the pawn here, possibly at the end of the sequence. Maybe, but it basically would be drawish territory. So now I should try to win on time. This is what I hate. Like, this is a low-level game, but it's like, oh, we're both playing so evenly that nothing's ever going to happen. So what's the point? That's still covered. I don't care, dude. This should probably be fine. I don't see what... Wait, what? Well, that's kind of the dream come true moment right there, because you get to... Well, I gotta... You know what? I gotta watch out for the back rank, though. That's the only... Right, the back rank is the only lose condition, and the time, of course. So what a fun and interactive experience. Okay. But no, even that is fine, because now you have this. You'll take, I'll take... I don't know, like, I don't really care, but you're still... Okay, dude, okay. What a great fun game, dude. Fucking... You're really serious, though, huh? You're really serious. Wow. I mean, look, man, if you want to tell me it's a well-designed game, you can kid yourself all you want, but I just don't buy it. You gotta wait for it to come down to time, even at a low level, and it's still a draw probably, but I just... It's impossible. You want to play me in a longer format, it is objectively impossible to beat me in the game, even if you're probably, much higher rated. I've sometimes shown that. Like, it's so nonsensical that time plays such a factor. If they take, I take, it's fine with me, or just trade. This will still be a drawn position, which I might mess up because of time. And sure, time's a legitimate part of the game, but it's also a stupid part of the game, because you have 22 seconds. I mean, look, man, what a fun experience. This, oh, it's only at the high level. It's only against grandmasters. It's only if you play the game perfectly that you get a draw. It's like, dude, come on. I'm gonna mess up and get mated or some shit too, but I just don't even care. Oh my god. Okay, dude. Now, can he win within 25 seconds? And the answer is probably yeah. You just go ahead and do it, man. You can beat me with the boredom aspect of it anytime that you want. I somehow almost doubt that he'd even be able to do it, but problem is I'm about to flag too. Or he's even letting me do that, but could be a stalemate possibility. I'm pre-moving. You know what, though? You deserve it. You deserve it. You played, completely meaningless, non-impactful kind of game. It's just... It is what it is, man. It is what it is. Wow. And the analysis wasn't too good. I mean, look, man. It's just something, if you want to play chess, you just have to deal with that. You have to overcome it. The fact that the games are so boring, so stale, so without any value or outcome in them at all. And it's just ridiculous. Like, every single game you can play like this, It's a draw. It's obviously a draw. It's objectively a draw. You know, anything we might have missed would have been more advanced. That's the whole reason why we're at this level, so it wouldn't matter. They did kind of a good attack here, but again, was it really like, did they do anything to actually earn the win at all? Did they do anything at all in the game? No, they did nothing. And so it may as well have been a draw. You know, even here it's a draw. It's totally not because of time. Like, it doesn't really justify what I'm doing there, but let me try another site. Maybe I'll do Chess Kids again, even though I feel bad about it. They can ban me if they want, but let me just see what other sites there are. Because the problem is that, yeah, see, this is the same thing. Like, my level of play is not even whether it's good or bad. It's just whether you're even really trying. Like, you know those moments are going to happen. It's just like, Chess.not is one of the largest correspondence-only sites. You know, the only other one, Chess Mood. Chess store created by grandmasters. So we did the chess base one. Free internet chess server. Rebranded as ICC in 1995. I feel like Red Hot Pawn didn't have chess lessons. Okay, so let's actually do this one again. I'm acknowledging that I'm not a kid. Will it even let me do this, or will it be the same account, or how does this work? I can't remember. Wrong username or password. Okay, let me maybe sign up. I'm a kid. Otherwise, it won't let you play on here at all. Wait, but how did... Oh, it might be because the username was some generic thing, so... I don't know, hang on. Look, dude, it is what it is. I'll be bullying people on here, but to my expectation is like there are plenty of kids who are, you know, GMs or IMs or really good stuff too. So why does it matter? Because let a parent know you sign in. Can I just play? Unlock unlimited fun with gold. Imagine that. Do you know how the pieces move? Not the knight, apparently. But no, I'm disappointed in that game. In fact, let me show it in some way. Like, let's put it in some other engine for a second. Because that one deserves to be considered, or will I even be able to see it now? Let's see. So, and also that account deletion aspect is maybe a bit of a misnomer because it's sometimes really hard to do that. Let me see something. You got... How do you actually delete an account? Because most of these sites don't even let you do that, so I don't care. But let me look at it once more. Or it won't even probably show it. Somehow it just... This site is not very good about that. It even says, like, no recent games. Like, what am I looking at, bro? Whatever. At least I have it on video. Let's just skip it. So do you know how the pieces move? I'll bully little kids, but I lost on here as well. Not now. Just play versus kid. Again, I don't feel bad, though, because kids in chess are pretty good sometimes. So what do you want me to say? 800 versus 8. I mean, this is really where I belong, too. I mean, I'm so terrible that... You know, but the assumption is, again, you could be a kid who studies chess or plays it all the time, and you'll be the next, you know, Faustino Oro, you know, that dude. I mean, look, dude, I could do a mistake like that too, but I'm just a tryhard. Nice curved horse, or hose. I'm blundering a pawn there, like, look, man. I just mentally, you can just tell, like in that last game, you can talk about ability all you want, but there's always a principle I talked about in my debate format, like ability versus will, right? I can accept the end result is, okay, I'm not good. But when you look at that, is it really like, what was I really playing for? I mean, you can see it's a draw, it's going to be a draw, whatever, right? And so now I'm getting bored and tilted and annoyed in a way that, it's just like I don't really care, or I just don't really enjoy it, right? It's very, very annoying. Now you can study offensive tactics for years and then act like, oh, well, the solution is just just attack, but it's a case where you you know, you shouldn't have to do that, but I don't care. So we'll go here. If they take, I take. If they keep going, I take. They take, I take there is perfectly fine. I'm not playing any cohesive, logical way, honestly. But no, like, what amount of teaching do I have in chess where I've learned? And the answer is I have none. So even a little kid, I mean, it's a fair proposition, but whatever. I mean, every site has different levels to it, so there could be some really good players on here too. I always welcome that trade. And we go to new game. Now, why is it 10 plus 1? I just want 10, but I guess that probably was the same thing we were just doing and I didn't notice. Yeah, I'm going to bully little kids at chess because I'm just fucking garbage anywhere else. And even here, I'll end up losing to some tryhard, you know, who's really good, but whatever. Moving the queen this early is always a mistake, sign of an inexperienced bad player. You're like me when I was a kid, when I would always do that. But then I stopped playing for like literally 10 years, like where I just didn't play at all. And then it became like a filler fodder category like it is now for me on when I'm streaming. Right? It's just a good thing to kind of fill in space. Let's do a cheeky little threat on the queen that probably isn't going to do anything. But the problem is we pretty much already run out of sight. So now I'll bully kids on here, I'll bully kids on Roblox. Yes, but I'm not really being mean. In fact, I was gonna say there maybe isn't even a chat there, but that's the one thing that could get you in trouble. But I'm not really the type to do that anyway. So the V-shaped structure could be possible if I do like. I don't know. I'm just not happy with like that last game is emblematic. Like I don't mind losing that because to me. Okay, I should be a little faster. I should accept a draw, which I was kind of even accepting playing for. Like, that's fine. You know, if that's the kind of game it is, you know, I won't even deny that that's ability is part of that in terms of, you know, you have to be willing to deal with that if you're going to play chess. That's the nature of the process. I might not like it, but that's the nature of so much of what I do. In terms of, this kid's been watching too much Botez Gambit, haha. Bottom feeder effect. Bruh, you're the one who blundered your queen. Like, bro, you don't need to study the game to not do that. I'm literally doing a chess kid speed run, but the difference is I'm actually garbage as a player, so it's not like it means any, like, you know, it's different if like a GM was bullying on here. Like, they can ban me off the site if they want, but I'm not that good, dude. I'm literally trash. As you can see, like absolutely garbage. I'm banned from both other sites, not because, oh, you might think, oh, banned for cheating or something. No, banned for being garbage. You know, failing my permanent challenge, which is maybe a little bit harsh, those challenges at times, but either way, it's too bad. So you'll go here and pin it down potentially. I would go here. You should be trapped at least for a trade. Right, with like this, but unfortunately not actually trapped. But like nothing I'm doing is like really advanced, is it? It's just basic stuff. There's maybe certain structures with like the okay, he'll win the pawn potentially there at least. Like with the bishop pair and stuff that maybe wouldn't be super familiar to you, but normally I don't know, like most things are pretty straightforward. Okay, that's a very good move. You just do this, although maybe that's bad too, because now if he attacks with something else, which he really can't do, let me just castle and then cover it like with the rook. This is where the knight can be such a liability. You go to there. I would take, you would take, I would take. It seems tempting, but the only thing I want to do right now is I want to castle. This is where you get banished to, though. So, I mean, think about our trajectory. We go from chess.com to LeChess. to ICC to play chess, like the chess base, to now this, to then Roblox. Like, this is really what we're doing right now. I don't like doing this. He's putting up tremendous pressure, but I maybe could have pinned that first if that would have been good, but it should be doable now, where you just ignore everything and just say that, you know, it should be fine. Now, there's some nasty ideas with the pin there. I'll just gladly take that without hesitation. Oh, no, no. They'd be double attacking that, and you're attacking the queen, which makes this absolutely ridiculous that... Okay. So now if you do it, I can't take it, but it's pinned, so then I could maybe double attack it and maybe take it, but it's unlikely, so this guy's outplaying me. Again, it's just, I don't get it, man. Everybody's just like fucking... They play in such weird ways, too. Like, what is this? I'm just trying to castle. I'm not even trying to do anything. I just don't get it. I mean, it's the kind of game... well, no, he can't do that. At least I was gonna say he could get another trade out of it, but I could like do something where you'd win it, but probably not. If I just keep hassling something. So he could make a mistake here, but he's playing at an unbelievable level, so I just can't beat anybody right now. If you do this, now you're literally forking them in such a way that, you know, you're not covering, you're pinned. Either you lose this or you lose this. This is here, so you should get some restitution back for this. You could put the queen there, but then I could still take. But then you could check, but then it's still a trade. So as long as I get basically the piece back. This is the number one beginner's reason for losing, though. You get caught in some weird thing, not even assuming that you know openings, but basically assuming that you don't know openings. But that's the point, is like, just don't do something comfortable, just try to get it over, which I was trying to do. I wasn't trying to do anything like win a piece or anything crazy. So you go back, I check, and then I'm able to basically, I'd be more than happy to trade that. And so now you're going to have a relatively comfortable position. They're up by 1 pawn, but that doesn't bother me at all. In fact, they've given up their castle now too. That allows you to really benefit from that because of the simple fact that it's very, you know, they're very open. It's very uncomfortable for them. So I don't think that 1 pawn is going to make much of a difference at all. So now you have some pretty strong bishops here. And so now I'll make a full recovery shortly. Like, at worst it should be a draw, but you know how those go. Like, my main issue there was just playing too slowly. I should have just understood what it was going to be and just tried to play for flagging him in a 10-minute game at a low rating, because you know it's going to inevitably be a draw, even though it shouldn't be. I mean, if we double stack, that could be dangerous. This is turned around pretty well, even though I started off really bad. I keep thinking my name is Nice Curved Horse instead of Nice Curved Hose. So now we have the ability to do like this into, oh shit. Do this into a check, into a take, into a potential take there too. And so now you're double taking, pinning, right? If you go there, I could maybe do something, but basically I just won the rook. So that was a very clever thing to do. Like, I'm a kid who's played the game for 2 years basically in my whole life, and I'm a total clown, and I don't know, I've never studied, never do puzzles. Like, you know, you can try to make me feel bad about it, but, and I'm struggling too. Like, that was a tough game. The guy was winning, you know, he's up +1 there. It's tough, you know. We're double attacking that, so he can't even move it, or now I guess he could move it, but The goal is to really do this. And if you can do that, then basically you'll be golden. Even if you block, I don't care. I'll trade. I would take, you would take, I would take. I'm more than happy to do that. And I'm also more than happy to mate you. This is the only way that I can look good, maybe. Tan, Scarlet, Cinnamon. This site seems pretty active, though, at least. You might think, oh, this protects kids from the toxicity of other sites. But, dude, it's literally just chess. Like, play on chess.com and just turn off the chat box or don't even look at it. Or let chess. Like, it's the same thing. So you might think there's something good about it, but it's like, dude, it's just chess, so it doesn't matter. I'm literally going to get banned either for being too good or for doing this. And, again, how do you know that I'm not a kid based on whatever, dude? Or it makes you do canned phrases. Canned Scarlet Cinnamon. I love these random generated names. They're the kind you would get as like a gamer tag on Xbox by default. You know, when you would go to sign up for that. So, I mean, this could still count as a win because or it could be that we end up playing the same person multiple times or they know I'm too good. But I even got rating for that too. This is embarrassing, but whatever, dude. I'll be the best player, king of the sandcastle effect. Literal kids made the sandcastle and I'm conquering it. Okay, you go here, or you could do the night covers night thing. Actually, I'm not 100% sure. You could take, raise, go here. Yeah, this could be a every 6 month sort of tradition, but then I'm not going to be able to go back to the chess either, so I don't know what. Maybe that could be a re-unlock condition. If I do something like crazy, if I get to like 2,000 on here, maybe that should be fair. Right, on one of these sites, or I become the best player in the world on one of these sites, like bottom feeder effect that I am. This is what it feels like to be Alex Botez, like literally, you know, you might be better than the average person, but it's a little bit artificial to say the least. You take, I take. I would have wanted to do that. I'm a little unsure about this pawn structure. I could go here. You could create a pin in a certain sense, but I'm happy to do that. And the reason why is because we can still move this and it's not really a big deal. What really messed up were the pawns over here. And the reason why is because this is like an octopus knight, but it's not really what I want. So you could put a rook then there behind that, and you could also so we're both playing pretty fast. We've already traded queens. I mean, this is kids just being too impatient, ultimately. Somehow I like moving this one better. Now you're setting up for a back rank situation with the way that they have their pieces, because obviously if you just move this, but the problem is there's nowhere really good that I can move it. And the reason why is because they could just take mine. I go here. I mean, there's no need to do it. That's the thing. There's just no need to do it. Gotta have somewhere kind of safe to go after. So we're just posing the trade and the back rank mate idea. And the point is we're still posing it. So now you have to address it somehow. You could try to attack this over here, or you could try to The stupid pawn is getting in the way. Take, go here. Everything else would be fine. Well, now it doesn't even matter because you already failed that. You're threatening here. This also successfully undouble my pawns in the process. This isn't covered. So yeah, the back rank threat is gone. It's still an even game, even though I thought like I was winning or in a pretty good spot. It's completely even. My pawns are actually pretty bad here on the queen side too. If you don't take, it really doesn't hurt you at all. So, but there's just nowhere really good to go otherwise. Or even if you go like here, I could take and then take, but not really because of that. If I go here, it's just sort of controlling your movement a little bit, but I could have almost done that if you if you didn't have the knight there. Now I can take that knight anytime I want. My knight is covered here, but I'm not too happy with these pawns. Like I said, it's a pretty awkward structure, and so now you got to see what the best of it you can make is. Old Steinitz defense. We're really going back to the old days of chess with this one. So what I could do if they leave it, well, I don't know. You could take this, you could attack that. I'm just being kind of a little lazy with it, but I could have done like the fork there, which wouldn't be a true, like a winning move, but it's just what you can do now is you can try to take that, which I wouldn't even want to do. I mean, the knight's going to be better. Even losing a pawn to do it. See, that's just like lazy movement where I'm just doing stuff just for the sake of it. So positionally is not too bad. I'm apparently -1 now, which is hard to believe. I have this real tendency of playing down to my competition a certain way, like you're doing well and then you mess up because of that. You start to play worse or something happens. Right, you just got to go in a little more objectively than what I do. You can attack that. I can give a check here, which may or may not even be good. And then we're gonna pretty much equalize the pawns on this side. But see, the thing is, even if it came down to him being +1, pawn. You know, it might still work out, but I'm not happy about that. I think I just lose interest in the middle of a game. Like, I don't have the attention span for chess. Like, I just don't. I don't know. Yeah, I literally don't. These kids have better attention spans than me, or they care more about it. I just can't do it. That one wasn't even because of time, so I can accept that. Wow. You might say, oh, play faster formats then, but then also that's not very fun or instructive either, because then every game comes down to time, but then it comes down to time anyway in these longer formats, and then it comes down to a draw, and then it comes down to... See, a moment like that, though, is at least fair game, because you can say, well, it's a case where I... Oh, you think you're so cute, dude. You think you're so cute, bro. 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 What? So I must have deleted my account last time because no, I guess I didn't use any information though. I literally just made a new account raw. Yeah, let's maybe just not do this, but I don't know what other sites there are. I think I exhausted most of them. It's kind of sad how few sites there actually are that you would think for a game like chess. There's nothing else. Like Red Hot Pawn, I already tried that the last time it was dead. So yeah, that's the steps we take. We go Lichess to ICC to Play Chess to Chess Kid, and now we have no other choice but Roblox to actually end off on. That's really, really crazy. It's just a psychological thing, right? You get to a point where you're just not finding it interesting, which is maybe a good excuse to study because then it's like, okay, it just makes it easier for you. I can play at a substantially higher level than what you see, but I just don't care enough to do it. That's the only way to explain it. Like, I'm just losing interest in the middle of a game. Like, I don't know what other. We have the chess video game anthology to do, which is kind of with Roblox. This is kind of how it went the last time too. I just sort of turned it into a speed run because the whole time when I'm doing it is when I just failed a challenge on some other capacity, or maybe when I succeeded at a challenge as like a little break, I'll do a format like this. But then you're going into it already burnt out or with some negative thing, and then you do it this way, like, you know, you're gonna go on a bad streak. So let me look at one thing, maybe the Roblox. Well, I don't know when the last time I did that was. Right, but we could do. I tried even doing it in Gary's mod, but I could even look. Like, when was. No, I think I just played Roblox the other day, though, because not to play that, but to just kill time or to try that one game, the. What's it called? The little Liar's Bar or something. So, whatever. We'll wait a little bit and do that one eventually. See you later.